Good day, everyone. It's Meredith Leon McCormick, and it is our 20th anniversary. Woo woo! And we are celebrating it the rest of the year. And I have the honor of stealing the time from the woman that made it happen in less than 3 days for a cover shoot at the Waldorf Astoria, Miss Cindy. What's up?
Hello, hello.
They're still cheering for you. They're still cheering. They're still
I
cheering.
love it. I'm taking it all in. Taking it all in.
Cindy Watson. I want to tell you how much I love you, but first we're going to get into the conversation. But I want you to tell everybody your full name, your title, and how long you've been in this fashion beauty business industry.
My name is Cindy Watson, and right now I am proudly the artistry lead for Carolina Herrera and Raban. And yes, yes, yes. I've been in this industry as a beauty expert, pro makeup artist, at one point celebrity makeup artist, and media beauty expert for many, many years. So I am creeping up on 25 plus years in the industry, proudly and respectfully. So I can say I am not new to the game. I'm true to the game. So
Yes, you
here I
are.
am.
So give us a little backstory. How did you get into this field?
It's such an interesting backstory. I'll start with I was a super tomboy when I was younger, so I would never have imagined that I would
Right.
be in beauty. My mom is a girly girl, my sister is a girly girl, and I was the one, in the tumbleweeds. But to fast forward, how I got into the industry, I it sort of found me. It sort of found me through pageants and modeling. I just ended up in those industry through my sister who had started doing that type of a life. And I just thought, hey, why don't I try it? So I started modeling. And back when I did, that was a time where it was really difficult for makeup artists to glam women of color.
Mm.
Yeah. And it's interesting because now we're still having this conversation so many years later, right? We do have more, options today, and artists are more talented in that area and more focused. But when I started modeling, that was not the case. So we'd either get, you look great, you don't need makeup, or exactly, or we would end up looking like, let's go to the bathroom and figure it out on our own, right? So, as an art major and an
Wow.
artist that paints portraits, which makes sense, and really vast and studied color theory, I was able to sort of, with my little kit while I was modeling, I was asked, who did your makeup? Who's the makeup artist that did your makeup? And I was like, listen, I had to get myself together. So those models would come to me and say, can you touch me up? Can you do this? Can you do that? And I found myself touching up the other models. And finally, someone says, well, why don't you do this for a living? And at that moment, I didn't know really what that meant. How can you create a career as a makeup artist and really sustain your living in all the things? And I learned that the first step was to assist a makeup artist. I um, I started modeling in store doing trunk shows.
Wow.
And yeah, I was doing trunk shows back in the day when furs were something to model. So that was sort of the big paying job. And so I was at Neiman Marcus doing a trunk show, um, wearing furs. And someone from Bobbi Brown approached me, Bobbi Brown Cosmetics, and said, oh, you guys look so Bobbi Brown. Who did the makeup? Ding, 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 ding. And so that was my opportunity to really kind of understand what the industry was all about. I walked to the counter, talked to, the counter manager. She asked, well, if you did the makeup, would you be interested in coming to do a PA, a Bobby PA? I didn't know what that was. What does that mean? Learned
Right.
that it was a personal appearance. Fast forward, I came, did the event. It was actually with one of her top artists at the time. She had like three, and
Right.
she wasn't there. It was more featured artist PA. I ended up being the top, one of the top salespeople,
Wow.
and just randomly, then they invited me to do Bergdorf Goodman, where Bobby was going to be. And that's where I again was top salesperson, and the rest is history. I went in to get my check from the office. This is how, small Bobby Brown was at the time. And she just happened to be there. And we got into a conversation. Next thing you know, I was assisting her um, literally the next week. So it's one of those stories. I ended up leaving Bobby Brown after almost 15 years. I worked with her from being a freelancer all the way to the executive director of global artistry
Wow.
and education development. So for the global team, and left there, started my own brand at HSN, worked for several
I'm
brands as head
sorry.
of
What's
artistry.
HSN for those of us that are under a rock?
Home Shopping Network.
Woo! Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Yes, I started my own brand called Color by Cindy Watson, and it was an all pencil brand that was inspired by my daughter Kennedy. When I had her, she was just attached to me. So any mother would know when you have that child that you
Hmm?
cannot put down, So I figured I can do everything with a pencil. So all the pencils I had, concealers, blush pencils, anything that I could do that I could do with one hand, that's how I was doing my makeup.
Wow. Are you
Yeah,
kidding
I
me?
had not kidding. Had her on my hip. That was actually our photo from my brand. It was me holding her because that was the reality. Nanny didn't get there until X amount of time. I was still an executive woman. I had to get out of the house, hand
Right.
her over, and that's how it all was born. So it was all pencils. I had a camouflage face kit. I had the eyes called what was it called? It was bejeweled eyes, or I forget what it was called. But anyway, they were all uh you'll have to anyway, they were beautiful colored eyeshadows. They were all pencils and they were all dual ended. So the foundation had a brush on the end. So it was all inspired by quick and getting out of the house for executive women and
Before,
moms. Before.
before anybody was even talking about it as it's a trend. So there's
Abs
literally
Absolutely.
nothing
This was
new.
back in
Done.
2007.
Yeah, this is before anyone was even taking beauty and makeup that seriously
Yes,
that wasn't in the industry. And I think
exactly.
we are spoiled that when we're in the industry, we think it's the whole world, not
Right.
realizing it's not the whole world. But the whole thing about it from your perspective is when you're on HSN, you're that's middle America. That's the
Right.
whole world.
That's the world.
General population. It's not
Yep.
limited to the regional, like in fashion, you know, of course, yes, everybody knows fashion. We're not saying that nobody doesn't know fashion, but we're talking about it's in major cities like Dallas, New York, Los Angeles, Miami. So there's a limit to maybe 5 to 10 major cities. But when
Right.
you're talking about HSN, we're talking about middle America and the outers, the more of the 40 states that now know you, and that is global. Once that happens, it now takes you outside to general
Right.
population, to the rest of the universe outside of Canada and everywhere else.
Absolutely.
Congratulations.
So that's
Wow.
kind of how it started. And once I ended up there, you have to think about when you look at working with celebrities, which I worked with several of those, and then also Fashion Week, there's just so many dimensions to what I've done in the industry. So I feel like, I've been a part of almost all of these different moments that have brought the beauty industry to where it is today. And now
Full
it's somewhere
circle.
completely different with social media and TikTok and all the things.
Yeah, but Cindy, one of the things like I really want to talk about, like in the intro, I said literally that we planned this in 3 days. I don't think people understand. Well, they wouldn't know. Nobody would know because that's how just the industry works. We just make it look good and easy, But the idea is I called you on a Friday.
That you
I
did.
think it was at 3 o'clock. And by 6 o'clock, you had just come from traveling. By six
Hmm.
o'clock, you had corporate backing us
Yeah.
and selecting models the whole weekend for a Monday shoot. And the reason why we had to rush it was because anyone that's in the travel and the, industry, hotels from January to March tend to be the slowest period. So if there's anything that's going to happen that's fabulous in a major hotel, it has to happen within that window. Even if you're doing it in October, the fall, you're not going to get
Right.
anything. Nothing done unless you're planning for next year. So we had to rush it and we put it together. And Cindy Watson, you for who you are, I know what I'm capable of, and I know the sacrifices I'm willing to make for my business and for my vision as an artist. But the power of network, the power of influence and vision that you had, you just literally said, give me a couple of hours, and do you have an inspiration of what you want? And then I gave you what I had, and you're like, can I run with it? I'm like, it's your cover. It's 10 page. And we ended up doing, I think it's 20 pages. Literally 20 pages. Like it's the cover. And then there's a beauty within it. Then there's the tips. Then there's their product. It just goes to show when hiring a professional, someone that knows what they're doing, and it just comes like water in their head. And that's how I feel about you. And I'm not telling any bride like you need to be doing that with anybody. Don't do it. Don't do it because you won't. Don't do it. But I'm the question I'm leading to is what how does the vision come to you? How does the inspirations come to you when you're creating because a woman's face or a person's face is a
Yeah.
canvas. How
Hmm.
do you know what products to use and what are your favorite products and why are products so important and managing it?
So it's such a great question. What comes to mind, first of all, I mentioned that I'm an artist for portraits. So I paint portraits, I sketch, facial features. So the first thing I do is I look at symmetry. I have to look at, think about, ask you what the models, you chose the most amazing models. So that made it, casting is really important. So that really helped. So once I saw the models, saw their, what their skin tone was, skin texture, understanding if there were any concerns, that's where you start deciding what products you want to use. It's kind of a theory that when you're doing photography or if you're doing fashion, it's more is more. But actually, you really want these models or your subjects to shine through as much as possible.
Mhm.
And you want to choose products that allow that. That is the secret sauce to being a great makeup artist for editorial or for fashion, even beauty. Because if you are putting over um, processing or putting too much product on on the person or the wrong product,
Right.
that is going to take precedent over the beauty of what the photographer is going to do, the lighting and the subject, because it's really all about that. You don't want to cloud that natural essence of what you're going to get with the model. So my favorite thing is to first find a great complexion product that works, that it's going to be less is more.
I
And we
agree.
talked about that. We talk about it all the time. Complexion is everything. If the complexion isn't right, you're just, why put anything else on?
Yeah, I agree. And for me, as a person that, one, I'm not a makeup artist, so I already know that I'm challenged as to how I'm going to apply it. So for me, the most important thing for me is my foundation. And I have been
Yeah.
using the Carolina Herrera foundation.
Nude couture. Yes.
Ooh,
It's really a game changer. It's a game
sugar,
changer. Yeah.
sugar. When I tell you I love it, because all I have to do is put it on with my brush. And then I don't want to carry too much because I'm
Yeah.
carrying a laptop, my phone, I have a book, I have a couple of magazines with me. I don't have time, and I really won't have time to put on anything else. And then so I bring my lip gloss that also
One of
serves
my
as my rouge,
favorites.
and that'll turn around and I'll just tap on my eyes. And mascara, and I'm using my Roban mascara.
You cannot beat that mascara.
Oh my God, the
Super
brush
black,
is
extra.
fabulous, and
It
it gives me the
is.
volume that I need because
Yeah.
I'm not going to put lashes on. I just don't have the time, and I'm too scratching my to be able
We're the
to.
same. I use mascara. I'm not a big lash wearer. I love them on others. I love to use them on shoots, but for myself, mascara is the king. Well, this is a product that I used on the shoot that I love that is a great partner
Mhm.
to the foundation. It's the Nude Couture Brightener.
Oh,
So yes, so this comes in eight shades, but this right here is the perfect partner to the foundation because what it
oh,
does is super
wow.
light like the foundation. um it really blends in, but what I love about it, and I'm going to show you here, you can see how it just blends right into, look at that.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Isn't that gorgeous? Look at the difference in my
Oh,
hand.
oh, wow.
You
It
can see
already
the,
brightened it. It gave a little
there you go.
pop.
Smoothed it, brightened it. So it's
Yeah.
really quick. It really goes into the skin. And what's nice is you can start there and then you can add where you need it. So you can just really correct areas or
Right,
camouflage areas and then use a lighter color to brighten and lift, and then
right.
use a darker color to sculpt. And with you traveling as much as you do, taking those three shades with you and toss them in your bag and you're out the
I
door.
really do. And then the other thing that I have is the Roban. I love the orange one. So I
You
love
keep, it's
this.
so
And this
beautiful.
just gives me bright. It gives me a little brightness if I want. And then I can mix
Multi-use.
it. Yes, and I can mix it. I mix it with the both because again, if I'm
Hmm.
having the foundation mascara, and I brush my eyebrows just to make sure that they're even. I make sure I thread them before I go on any trips. So
Which
I don't have
is
to worry about
very
too
important to frame that face, right?
exactly. And since sometimes I just don't want to wear lipstick. So I
Yeah.
have my good old-fashioned Vaseline, but I have this nude matte from Carolina Herrera that I'm wearing right now. And I put that on so I look
Beautiful
like
on
I
you.
have no makeup, but I still have makeup and I still feel done. When I go running to meetings. So I'm saying I want our brides to know, our viewers to know that I'm not having this conversation with you because you're selling a product. I'm having this conversation with you because
Yeah.
I truly use the products myself. And I want them to know that I mean, literally, I use it. If you see how much use it is, it's not just, hey, this is just a pitch, but I actually use
No.
products and I believe in it, which goes back to you. You have worked with some of the top brands in the industry. And it sounds like it happened purely by accident, but it wasn't because you're very intentional and
I
very
am.
specific about everything you do. And you
Hmm.
don't commit to things that you can't deliver on. That's one thing I've learned very much about you.
I will not.
You want to make sure that your reputation and that of the brand in which you represent is a reflection of both you and them, which that's why it was without a doubt that I wanted you to be a contributing editor for World Bride magazine because I knew you would always be honest, about skin tone, women, beauty. And one of the biggest things, and you answered the question, um, brides don't want to not look like themselves on their wedding day.
That's right.
They don't want to go back and look at pictures and say, who was that? You know, they don't want to feel like they were catfishing someone. And so I love the fact that you find it very important that women get the right product, work with the right professional so that they can accomplish the best to get the best out of themselves, which leads me to the comment and question, and is you do these amazing master classes, and
Mhm.
you they're shopping master classes, but you actually teach women
Yes.
not to be dependent on you, but hey, you're buying these products, but I want you to know how to use them when I'm not around. Why
So
was
important.
it so important for you, and when is the next master class?
Exactly. Well, before I go there, I want to tell you Vaseline no more because this lip oil, this one's for
Ooh,
you, my dear. Dragon fruit oil keeps your lips
honey,
hydrated.
I'm
This is
coming to
for
get
you.
it.
Yep, yep, yep. Just so you know. Yeah, master classes are literally something that I will say the brand Carolina Herrera really, Herrera Beauty, really takes pride in. And me personally, back to your question, it just is so synergistic because that's me. Like, even with my celebrity clients, even when I'm working with models, even on the shoot, it's just natural. I'm a natural teacher. It's just, for me, I think if I can't teach you or if you can't do, it may not look exactly the way I do it because I'm a professional, but you'll get so close. And I find it really not, find it bizarre for me to create this beautiful canvas and you can't go home and at least try to replicate it. I'm
Absolutely.
all about a face chart, giving you a map to how to get there, and then
Mhm.
ask me anytime your tips. But it's super important because I think that this is a one-time thing, but then you've got to live your life and show you different ways to use the products that you have, I think is gives you power.
And I love that. The other thing when we were talking about, just before I asked you that question is you talked about a canvas, and we talked about a canvas. You as a painter, skincare is really important.
Hmm.
Which one did we use on the girls? I think it was they're part of Pooge as well.
We used Dr. Barbara Sturm. We
I didn't know
did.
if I was
And
allowed to say it, but
oh, absolutely.
yes, girl, I still use it.
The products are beyond. They are beyond. I think I might have at least my favorite product anyway, the Glow Drops.
Mhm.
Ironically, I have it right
Yep.
here. But the Glow Drops, which keep everybody glowing.
Mhm.
They're also known for their hyaluronic acid drops too. But these, look at this glow right away. Look at
Love it.
my,
I love it.
this, you
I
can't be, come
love
on, look at my skin.
it. That little
So crazy.
shimmer. You put
Yeah,
it
all in here.
all
You
down
don't
your
even have,
head, and you just
yeah, just
like
a little
you want
bit.
girls glowing.
That's what's all over their
Yeah.
shoulders and their body. It just revives your skin and it nourishes your skin. The best skincare, I will tell you. Yep,
Well, I
definitely.
wanted to thank you so much. It was such an honor. I can't wait to play the video um of the cover behind the scenes and what you did for us, for these beautiful women, two different they are not the same skin tone. These women have two
At
different shades,
all.
and they literally were able to glow in who they are in their beauty, and they had two different skin types. And when you
Hmm.
guys see these pages, I guarantee you're going to be blowing up Cindy Watson's messages, DM, email, call her, I don't care what, find her, because she will get it. So how do we plan for a master class where some of our brides can be invited to meet you and get purchase some of these beautiful products? Can we plan some secret, society beauty Cindy Watson?
We can. It's something, and you came to one of them last year, December, and we're curating these VIP special moments by design, by request. Also, definitely at Macy's and Nordstrom, that you can definitely, uh, I guess, sign up, call, find out when they're happening. But if you want to curate one specifically for yourself, your bridal party, your team, we can make that happen. And we can also curate something with Dr. Barbara Sturm and their spas and connect with Carolina Herrera, kind of merge us together, and we can work together with skincare and makeup. We do have an event coming up in New York, Nordstrom. I believe it's going to be September 16th, and Dr. Barbara Sturm herself will be there,
Woo!
and I'll be
We're gonna be
there.
there. We're gonna be
Yes, and we're going to be talking skincare and really all those things. But I want to say also, don't forget, brides, not only your skincare, but you want to think about like inflammation, really taking care of your skin. Tools are important as well to get your skin right, and wellness as well, eating right, everything that you take in. And then you also want to finish everything with a fragrance, always.
Yay! Honey, that's a whole other conversation
I know.
to have because a scent of a woman is a scent of a woman, but
It is
getting the right
everything.
scent. And then
Get
what
it
people,
right.
what is your favorite scent right now?
Well, right now, La Bamba I'm loving, but I will tell you the million goal for her, Raban, has is just my absolute favorite. And then I will layer it with million gold for him. And
See,
that is my favorite essence on myself, those two together.
love it. I
And,
love it.
but by
Okay.
itself, La Bamba right now because I'm feeling very vibrant.
No, I love it and I will wear it. And I wore it during my Morocco trip, feeling they were like, what are you
Yes.
wearing? And I was like, don't you want to know?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Watson, I want to tell you thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you for our
Thank
fabulous
you.
cover. Thank you for everything you do for the beauty industry and making women feel wonderful, loved, and self-care and making self-care their priority. Because at the top of the year, we said we were committed to making beauty and wellness the
Yes,
today's luxury. We want women
it
to
is.
feel that taking care of yourself inside and out is the perfect investment for any woman. And you really made this possible. And these pages are a reflection of it. And these girls love you. They just love you. I see you following you on social media, and I'm like, that's right. That's my
I
girl.
was I was flattered that they posted everything, but you're right. Self-care, as we mentioned and talked about and discussed, is the new luxury. Taking care of yourself, not only for occasions, not only for weddings, not only for special occasions, but for yourself. And
Yeah.
to show up in this world today, all of this is your commodity. This is what it is. So show up, feel great, and take all of the tips that we're talking about, everything the magazine. And I will say it's a pleasure working with you. Knowing you now as a friend is a gift,
Oh,
and working with you with the magazine has just been a dream. So I'm honored to be a part of the magazine and all the things that you do, and I can't wait to see what we do moving forward. So
yeah, I love
excited.
it. I'm excited. Thank you. So please tell them your website and any social media that you would like for them to reach out to you.
So me, Cindy, Cynde, Watson, Watson. That's my Instagram, that's my Facebook, and I'm also Cynde, Watson, Beauty on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. That's where you can find me. And then of course, CarolinaHerrera.com and Raban.com, for the makeup.
Thank you
Oh,
so
and Dr. Barbara Sturm.
I love it. I love it. We're gonna have all of that running down later
Okay,
in the post so
love it.
everyone can
I
definitely
adore you so
I love
much.
you too. Thank you. And I can't wait to see you in Miami.
That's right. See you in Miami. Thanks,
Bye.
guys. Bye.
Guys, there you have it. That is the one and only Cindy Watson, beauty expert. She is your love beauty doctor, your wellness, and contact her, follow her on social media, and please continue to download the World Bride Magazine anniversary issue. Order your printed copies, and it will be in the mail to you immediately. So until the next time, ciao, Bella.